It finally has begun. Bitcoin has lost the first level that we were watching for the start of the potential pullback. This has happened right now. There is so much more that we need to unpack here. There's economical data that came out that impacted this, and also other patterns that are going to show you here, and why this made me more bullish and why we potentially get a way more shallow pullback here than what I first anticipated. Don't miss out on that, and let's do some live trading. Let's go. Hi guys, welcome back. So we're gonna start off here with the DXY. The DXY is moving into the upside, and that has a really specific reason, because PCE came out here today and it was as expected. So the forecast was 3.3 and the actual was also here now the previous 3.3 for July, and also the actual is 3.3. So the forecast for for now September will change in the upcoming weeks. But this is what happened here. Previous was 3.4, now it's 3.3, and the forecast was 3.3. And the market saw this as a nothing burger, and that's why Bitcoin continues basically the trajectory that was already laid out to go here into lower levels, which is not a bad thing. I have mentioned this so many times now. It's not a bad thing that we are seeing this. So here for Bitcoin, what I want to show you here straight from the beginning is this chart here with pumps and corrections that followed afterwards. The average pump here on this chart is 20% and was always followed from the 20% by a 38 to 50% retracement. So that means the price went down between 8 and 10% of the average 20%. So, and here in this scenario, we have pumped now almost 31% from bottom to top here. And if we would retrace, for that you can take a Fibonacci retracement, you get the 0.382, and here I have to put on the 0.5. Where do I have here 0.5? Or did I remove the 0.5, which is possible? Yeah, I think I removed it. So let's make this here the 0.5 and make this here pretty obvious color. Come on. Now we need to wait that it's actually going to plot here. Oh, that's the mistake. So here, there's that level. So here, these are extremely bearish targets, in my opinion, because I don't think that we're actually going to go that low in terms of that correction. So here, we should expect normally at least here like a 14% correction, but this would put us like in the middle between the 0.618 and the 0.5. But as I mentioned, the retracement of like a 50% move, sorry, a 50% retracement or a 38% retracement is placing us exactly in the pocket that I mentioned here for over 5 days here now, from 74,000 to 72,000 basically, more or less. But I see here right now the way that Bitcoin is moving down, especially over the course of today, that we might only get here to the 0.382 level and not even touch it completely and bounce here back up into higher levels. So also what I want to mention here, guys, we have now 29 people here on the stream, 31 people. Guys, smash up the like button that more people come here on the stream. Yesterday we were overall, I think, again, killing it. The live streams are performing really well. That's why I keep going with them. And also the video was doing really, really well. Thank you for that too, that you are watching that. I really try to give you here the best and juiciest content possible that will help us to make here informed decisions to make even more money along the way. So here, as you can see, that correction that we are anticipating right now is also from this perspective showing us 74 to 72. But right now, I think the first major target here to the downside will be 75, maybe 74, 600. And then we need to see if bears can push it a little bit lower than that. But I think they're going to struggle hard. And we're going to see potentially just a wick below these levels and then turn around already. So here on a weekly chart, we see now also clearly the rejection forming in that current weekly candle that I mentioned previously after this initial pump here from the previous week, where I said, hey, I don't expect us to go immediately above this line here, and rather that this will be a rejection candle. And then the following week is then the week where we're gonna get the break, the proper break above this with a follow-through candle. So, and this seems to be, for now, still the case here. That I don't see why this should change and why we should get here like a rejection candle even further next week here to the downside, and then like a bullish engulfing candle back to the upside. So for now, everything is going here according to plan on the weekly chart. Let this candle close as it is, because I believe the next one will break above this and seal the deal for us to stay above that trend line. Then here on the golden cross chart, nothing really changed here, just that now you can clearly see how this looks like a clean rejection from that resistance area here. Then when we're going here to the next one on the 12-hourly chart, so here I have actually posted this on Twitter earlier. You see here now a very, very distinctive bearish divergence, and here when we break now below that dashed line, this will be the real start of this whole move to the downside. So you see here we are like $40 away. You know, bears are pushing now for it and trying to get price below that. So when they're getting price below that, you're gonna see we're gonna move really, really quickly to the downside. So and here's like a trade that I give you here live right now on the stream. So if you want to short this move to the downside, do it when we are breaking below this dashed line. So I would not do it before, because there's always the possibility that it bounces again back to the upside short term and rolls then later over. So you don't want to get caught on the wrong side of that short trade if you want to take that short. So on the 4-hourly chart, also here, you can clearly see that this is kind of the same picture. The bearish divergence is there, but it has also not played out yet, because I want to mention this again. The RSI needs to break down here, needs to roll over, like really taking a dip, you know, to the downside. And this is not happening because of that dashed support level here, that short-term support at $77,900 approximately. That is holding us currently afloat. But did I not say yesterday, look at the MACD here. I am not expecting that this flips back to green, but rather continuation here with red candles, and that will then also lead to that Bitcoin will keep grinding here into this dashed level. And this is exactly what's happening here right now. So when we're looking then here on the 4-hourly chart, also here we are below now the 13 moving average, which was the key short-term moving average to watch for continuation, or that we are actually starting here to break down. So and now on the 4-hourly chart, you can see the first major target is the 0.786, the $77,158 or $59 level to the downside. So and we are now $1,000 away from that. Like I said, if we move down here another $100, $120, we should see some acceleration that would get us pretty fast, pretty close to that level. Then you get like a short-term bounce again, a bullish reaction, you know, so and then you get here the continuation with that follow-through. On the EMA ribbon, also something interesting to see. So here we are, the price is starting to break into the EMA ribbon right now, as you can clearly see here. And the bottom of the EMA ribbon, where is this sitting? At $74,400. So that is why I'm saying there is now a possibility that we only go to the bottom of the EMA ribbon, maybe getting a wick below that, then come back up, and that's it. You know, shallow drop. Everybody was expecting 73, 71, not happening. Price just turns around from here because we hit the 0.382 level, the 38% retracement that we need to hit in a correction, and price just reverses from here and leaves everybody behind that had limit orders at $71,000 and $73,000. So therefore, I'm really, really careful with putting too much money in too low levels. You know, so I'm still will not fully allocate all my money now around $74,000, But again, I'm going to start nibbling around these levels, you know, 74,500, $75,000. These are the levels where I'm going to allocate a little bit of money when we come down and then have still money on the sideline. If we go lower, that I can add to that position and not basically be already like out of all my dry powder, you know, and I have then to watch how we maybe go another 5-6% down and need to wait then for like a 10-12% move back to the upside, basically to just to get break even, you know. So for that simple reason, I'm really careful when we get here into these levels. But that scenario is definitely in the cards right now, you know, because usually what happens when we're flipping here the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly chart and have a well-established uptrend, we are holding this for quite a while, you know. So we are not immediately breaking this again here and flipping this back to the downside, you know, after like, what is this, like 2 weeks basically, you know, in the next 2 weeks, flipping this back to the downside, and then we have to fight again with the price to get here back into the current levels, you know. So I don't think that this is going to happen here, and that's why I'm telling you guys there could be now a really good probability on this, that this only goes to the bottom of the EMA ribbon and then continuation. The head and shoulders pattern is also looking much more likely right now. Here you see the same thing, that dashed line here at 77,815 and 77,900 approximately is that line from where we're currently still bouncing back every single time to the upside. But what you can also clearly see is the bounces that we get from there, they're getting smaller and smaller, and that just shows you that the momentum is shifting now in the other direction, and this is currently to the downside after such a move here to the upside. So I definitely see here into the weekend, potentially already tomorrow, that we're going to reach here the bottom, the neckline of it, and then we need to see if we get here one more push to the upside to complete this for the right shoulder, and then going lower. On this 1 hourly chart with the VPVR, so here is one specific pattern I wanted to show you, because I have scratched on this now a couple of times, but I wanted to find a textbook example where you actually can see this much better and clearer, what I was always talking about. So first of all, the VPVR is sitting here at $77,350 right now. That's the point of control. We have lost already here the second biggest area recent trading volume on the VPVR, which would have been here $78,900 approximately. So that was confirmed as resistance already, and that's why we got pushed here now to the downside, more or less into this small void area. And this is not giving us a lot of support, like in general. You know, when you get into an area like that, it's more or less like a void. You know, you have some technical levels like here the $7,800, $900 area, but once that is giving in, it goes straight to the point of control, and then bulls need to defend this. If they cannot defend this, we go straight below that, you know. So, and this is now one of the most important levels to watch for immediate continuation to the downside when it's happening, or first a short-term bounce, you know, here back into that resistance, and then rolling over and trying to break it below again. So now when we look here at the textbook example of like rounding tops, which are called dome-like tops. So why did I pull this up? Because you only need to look at this here. Let me actually get here like a round shape, like a curve. So yeah, look at this. So, whoop. Here, double like dome. Down here, another one. So, and this here is actually the most important one because it's the cleanest. So, and what you get afterwards, look at this over here. So price comes a little bit down. So that could be here the move to the point of control, bearish retest to this level back up here, and then you start heading lower. So and I found, so I was thinking about this today, and I was like, shit, I know I have seen this before in a textbook. And I was like, yeah, that's, when I looked at the 1 hourly chart today, I was like, okay, this really looks like the textbook example that I had in my head. I was like, I want to find it. You know, I want to find it and show it to you because it is self-explanatory what's happening here right now. You know, so because you have exactly here this happening right now, it's the same thing, 1-to-1, and what you're only waiting for is that we're losing here the point of control, because there's basically that line sitting here. Initial breakdown, retest, continuation to the downside. So it doesn't have to of course, happen like here, exactly identically to this scheme that you see here, but it will resemble somewhat that scheme overall. So now, how are things looking here on AlphaX on our challenge account? So after yesterday's stream, during the night, I was closing my trade in profit. If I would have held it, let me actually see. No, I got out at 78,300, I think. Yeah, so basically around these levels is where I got out. I could have held this today, over today, and would have made a little bit more money on that, but I didn't really care, because I knew it will go up a little bit again, and I would have then basically wasted time holding the position and paid fees for no reason, like over 24 hours, that's like, I would have been charged 3 times fees, because every 8 hours you get charged fees on your position. So I would have paid to hold, to be around the same level where we are now, so, and I kind of had a feeling about it, so I was like, it's better I get out, so, and that's why I closed the position as I did. So and now the account is sitting at $4,024. I still try to get this as close as possible to $5,000 before Monday, so I'm not like rushing anything and making stupid decisions, but when I see something, and again, then especially here on stream, if I see something, then we're going to trade this again together, and I try, like I said, I try to get as close as possible to $5,000 here, and I will also take a little bit more risk than I did before to get there, because here also the previous position that we took yesterday, I think in the end I was with like, how much was that? 25% allocated in that trade, something like that, of the whole account. So I'm willing to do this again, use now like $1,000 gradually, not at once, using $1,000 to make here another $300-400 in one single trade. I do this 2 times for the rest of the week, and we are there. We are there at $5,000 then for the trading challenge. So again, if you want to still be part of that and at least double your money, so, or you take way more leverage than me, or money, then you will have a different result. You know what to do. There's like links in the pin com below, in the description below, where you get access to the Telegram and everything if you have an AlphaX account and at least $100 in it. And then you get signals outside the stream and my videos, so because sometimes I do them like before the video, sometimes I do them in between the video and the live stream. It depends on when I actually see something, and it happens then also really, really quickly. Like here yesterday, here, look, this was for me at 3:47 in the morning, when I did this. That was way after the stream, when I said like, okay, now it's time to set the SL here, 78,300, and that was like, yeah, if it would hit my stop loss, I would get like $4,005, and when I was actually out 4 minutes later, it was even $19 more, so, and that's when I went to sleep basically, so again, if you want to have access to that, you know what to do. It's all in the description of this live stream. So then here on the 30-minute chart, you can also see here now that there is an established downward sloping trend line that is currently short-term suppressing Bitcoin from moving higher. I have here also some key levels pulled up: the Monday high, the daily open, the Monday mid, the weekly open, and the Monday low. So currently the weekly open gets defended, and that already here for a while, basically since Monday, when we created that weekly open. So here on Tuesday, here again on Tuesday, and then here technically twice where we try to get close to it, and every single time bounce back to the upside. So now, once that weekly open gives in, that's another bearish how to say that? I would say like a bearish confirmation. That's the right word that I was looking for. This is another bearish confirmation that we are heading to the Monday low, which was kind of, in my opinion, already confirmed by losing here the Monday mid-level. So that we are just starting to, yeah, now it's confirmed. So which we actually just rejected here with that 30-minute candle. Oh no, so I actually, why is here no time running on this chart? Let me see when I refresh if it's coming then. Yeah, so there it is. Yeah, so here you see bulls are trying to reclaim the Monday mid-level to maybe get above the daily open, because that would push price into tomorrow to break down. You know, so if they can hold price then above at least the daily open, they don't have to go to the Monday high, but at least here along the daily open, you know, and the Monday mid. So, but if we are getting here rejected, even in the next, like in the next following candle, it doesn't matter which one. You know, if we get here another red candle down to the weekly open and we lose it, and we're getting below this, then it's immediately sending into the Monday low, and you're gonna see acceleration then in the chart. You know, from the bearish divergences on the higher time frames. You know, and because it's higher time frames, they will be quite volatile to the downside. So also here on the stop loss levels, you can see that we are approaching more and more here the $77,700 mark, $628 mark. There is a small stop loss level below that, is here at 76,400, and then again the biggest one here below us at 75,416. Now that we know that we're like here in like kind of a double dome top formation, it is more or less evident, you know, that we're definitely going to go all the way down here before the weekend. You know, so then, like I said, the only question is, will we see another imminent bounce here back to the upside from there, you know, or will we go a little bit lower? You know, so from like a health perspective for Bitcoin, we should go a little bit lower and not have like such a shallow drop with continuation, because that means later, you know, so it would just get dragged out, you know, like then a proper real pullback will then happen after, you know, so after the next move, the next impulse move to the upside. And that could be a move that will stop maybe at $86,000, which is not that far away from where we originally went, you know, and then from 86 we go all the way back down, then to like 72 or something, you know. So from current levels, let's say it's like an $8,000 move. Yeah, could be definitely happening, something like that, you know. So, and I rather have now a proper pullback to like 74, you know, and $73,000, and even to 72, then later when we're way higher, getting hit way harder, you know, on the way down. So when we're then looking here at the liquidation heat map, also here you see that we are starting to eat into the big underlying liquidation cluster here. At $77,644 is now the closest one. What is this again lining up with? With the stop loss level that I just shown you, and also with the other levels that are currently giving Bitcoin support, that are slightly like $100 above that, $100, $150 just above that. You know, so once that is giving in, we start liquidating. And then, like I said, I think there's like a liquidation cascade happening on the long side, and that's why you're going to see this happening really quick. On the liquidation levels here, look at this. It's the same thing, like on the heat map, $77,648. There's a 50x. There are 50x short positions, and also 25x short positions, and then here slightly below that is a 100x. Long positions. These are long positions. The other way around. So long positions. So, and yeah, when we start getting into this, they're going to come for everything. You know, they're going to come for everything in the box. And you see here the bottom of that box is now at $73,850 approximately. So once that whole liquidity is taken out, then we're gonna see, do they want to go even further, you know, and take half of this here with them too, to like $71,000, because that's where I think it will ultimately stop if it gets there, you know. So, but like I said, I'm gonna set limit orders from 75 all the way down, all the way down to 71 and layer them in a way that I will be definitely not be sidelined if we get just a shallow drop and continue first into much higher price levels. So again, thank you so much. There are 73 people here. Smash up the like button. Let's try to get this here close to like 100 again. So when we're looking at Ethereum, also this starts to look really toppy for me. Let's actually see here with the RSI and then also with the EMA ribbon what's happening here. So just need to change here some colors quickly because I don't like how this look like right now. Yeah, you see here is also bearish divergence. And Ethereum on the daily has not played out yet. So, but this also looks like once it loses here $2,410, I think that's when here the bearish divergence starts to play out. So, and this can happen now really quickly if Bitcoin loses the $77,800 level. You know, so I think you're going to see then across the board a big correction happening all at once. So, and here exactly for that reason, that major buy zone remains where it is. You know, so I'm not banking on that this bounces here from the 0.382 because we know altcoins always get hit harder than anything else. You know, therefore, all the buy zones that I gave yesterday, I think they are like conservative targets. You know, so and that might be just the sweet spot where we are landing in. You know, some will overshoot to the downside. You know, but most of them will pretty much close get into this. Or exactly into these zones here. Then Solana, I also saw this before I made the stream. Looks like also really toppy here right now. Yeah, look at this, double top, and now every other candle is struggling even to hold on to that resistance area up here. You know, also big indication that is ready to roll over and come here down to the 0.618 to $83 approximately. $83 to $87 where we're going to buy back. So why there? Because on the 12-hourly chart, stochastic is already at the bottom. The RSI is just getting out of overbought territory, but the MACD is looking here bearish or is setting up to be bearish. And here on the daily chart, it looks pretty similar. So what's going on partially here with my charts now? So let's try this again. Daily. Yeah, so in the daily, as you can see, it's just turning basically around it to the downside. So I think on a 4-hourly, yeah. So stochastic flatlining, RSI slightly rolling over, MACD is looking bearish. So what you can expect from here is this will come up here a little bit, but then slam down again. And that's when you get here the proper drop in Solana, when you see this on the 4-hourly chart. So because you see here now how bearish everything already looks, you know, with the indicators. Plus the price action is bearish. Plus we are everywhere at resistance. So then that is the perfect storm, you know, to push price now into lower regions. So I want to have here every other minute an eye on Bitcoin. See what's happening here. Yeah. So for now a small bounce. Let me go back here to the EMA ribbon for Bitcoin. So 4-hourly, I think that was earlier on the 12-hourly or on the daily. That was also pretty close to like the levels where I want to long from again. So also this I'm gonna reload. I don't know what's going on here with the charts today. Yeah, you see a small bounce from the upper string, but I think this is not gonna last. You know, so this is just. That was like the first dip, you know, to see if the water is wet before they're sending the sea lower. So on a 12-hourly, let's see where's the EMA ribbon. So here you see again $74,400 shows up here on the chart with the 12-hourly chart with the EMA ribbon. So if we are breaking then a little bit into here these strings, I think we will not go lower than like to one string below that. That would be $73,300. So and that is a good sweet spot for that pullback overall, you know, because it should land somewhere between 74 and 71. If it's like 73,300, that is fine. You know, we don't have to go much lower than that. So, but it will most likely happen with a wick, you know, with a wick slightly below and then come straight back up. So on the daily, I think it was a little bit too much. Yeah, here $71,100 approximately. So, and you see, you have nothing to do, you know, besides looking for like key levels that are lining up with the top side of the EMA ribbon right now to find levels from where you want to long again, you know, and position your limit orders for longs, you know. So you go to the daily, you go to the 12 hour, you go to the 4 hour, you know, again, bottom level here, and you just place there all your limit orders, you know. So it is sometimes that easy because we know every single time when Bitcoin or any coin moves far away from the EMA ribbon, eventually the EMA ribbon will catch up to price, and that can also be that price is just coming down, you know, and retesting the EMA ribbon after the initial break, and then we get continuation. So that means it doesn't matter where the EMA ribbon is, let's say by Friday, I'm pretty sure price will be pretty close to the top side of the EMA ribbon, on the 12-hourly chart at least. So, and then depending on where it is, you know, we can decide, okay, do we want to start building here now a position from the level already? Or now maybe the second string below that is the level where I want to long this from, you know, and start building a position, because I definitely think that Bitcoin will dip here into the string a little bit and not just sit here on the top side, dip in here a little bit, then continuation. And I think that's also something when I go here, over here, yeah. See here, you basically see the same thing happening every single time. Price was moving away from the EMA ribbon, came here, second string, then pushed back up. So I can zoom in here a little bit that you can see this a little bit better, what I mean. You look at this. Exactly to the second string, and then pump back to the upside. After that pump, where did it come back? Second string, pump back to the upside. And only after that, it broke a little bit further into the EMA ribbon, you know. So that is the level, regardless where the price is. When price is getting close to the EMA ribbon, to touch it, the second string is where you want to place your limit orders along that line, you know. So, and that is not only for the 12-hourly chart, but if we break a little bit low on the 12-hourly chart, that applies also for the daily chart. So guys, do you have any coins that you want me to go through here today? Because I'm more or less already done here. Because the only thing that I'm doing is watching Bitcoin going down. So let me go here. Where is that chart now? Ah, here. Yeah, so because everything that I'm interested in now is that we are breaking here this white dashed line. So let me know. I'm here now 33 minutes. It's actually quite okay. So, and then also need to see how long I'm gonna stay here today, because I have a lot of time technically. Technically I have a lot of time. Because I don't think that I'm gonna sleep, because I have to go really early to the airport, and usually I don't sleep when I have to go to that early to the airport. It makes no sense. I'd rather sleep in the car. It's also a long drive. ON. Let me see here. What is that? Oh wow. Not on many exchange. Oh, it's actually on a couple of exchanges. Let's see. Oh, this is new. This is new. Yeah, I honestly, because that is so new, I cannot tell you where this goes immediately here. You know, so what I can tell you is, if you're not in it, you will need to get a break here at $75.40. You know, that I would even consider taking here a position. You know, so I would not take a position here from 71, you know, because it's so close to the current price. It can just keep dipping lower. There's right now no proper bottom, you know, where I would say there's so much historical price action that it will definitely like bounce from there back to the upside, you know, and break $75. That's why you need to wait first for that $75 level to add to your position or open one for this one, you know. So and again, it's like one of the projects I've never heard about this. Let's see, Aero. So Aero I know, so that's definitely better. Yeah, but here again, kind of same thing what I said yesterday, you know, with here all these resistance areas. Look at this here. So we did not even reach the top side of that resistance in the move here that we did here over the last couple of days. It did not even reach that, you know, to take out the previous high, this one here. But to be fair, if you want to be like super strict about this, Bitcoin did the same thing, you know. Did also not take out the high that we put in June, I think it was. So if I draw here another zone of resistance, then here's one. And that was also not taken out yet for a move higher. So and if I would be looking for like a position to build one, I would do it here in that area between 46 and 49 cents, or maybe a little bit lower actually, 46 and 48 cents. So, but this also looks like that this will come first a little bit lower now before it goes up. So, but here in that, on an arrow, here you have a clean W pattern. It's not distorted where you have like the right side lower than the left side. So that makes this one here a little bit more attractive. Then let's see here. Where might this go? So if this W pattern would break out, then you're looking at 81.5 cents. So that is like a 60% move, almost. Sorry, yeah, 45% move to the upside that you're looking at. So anything else? So actually, let's have a look at XRP. Oh, today Sui is, Sonic is moving. Hyperliquid is still trading where it was trading yesterday. It's also crazy. While Bitcoin is chopping here around and going gradually lower, that's still chopping around here. But Zcash is, where's Zcash now? It starts to be here in that green box. So would I start now nibbling on a position here? Honestly, no, not yet, not yet. So it's there because look at this here. On the 4-hourly chart, it looks like also here like a small double top dome forming. And I think this will definitely come here another 6, 7, 8% lower. And that's like in that kind of level, when it moves another 6% down, 7% down, that's where I would start building, like taking 10% of my money that I want to allocate into a location and make a position for this. So so I wanted to look that quickly. Let's see how things are with that. So that is great. Doing good here. What's going on over there? Oh, that's actually also much better already. So let me have a look here. Why can I not see this? How many? Yeah, okay. I have to do this differently. I cannot see this like this. Too bad. So then let's do that. Guys, post more coins in the chat that I should have a look at. Oh, and then what we can also do is having a look at the Bitcoin balance on exchanges, because that is going up again, which is also a sign for that people are getting ready to take profit, you know, at the current levels. Yeah, maybe other people do that, you know, go from like super bullish to way lower, you know. So I was calling for that for the last 5 days, you know. Since $74,000, I said there needs to be a correction, and now it's about to completely play out here. So let me see. Okay, so we have that. Let's have a look here quick at XRP. Curious how this is doing right now. Link also still holding up quite well. I'm surprised. Oh, but XRP, yeah. So this looks also pretty clean for a continuation to the downside. You know, and you see here the first level got hit here, that dashed line, but when this breaks, you know, it will go here like $2.24. And again, that green box is where I want to buy. So there is, of course, other levels below that, you know, it could go lower. But I think Bitcoin also needs then to move way more violently to the downside. Below $73,000, that would reach here like $1.16, you know, because this is like, from current price levels, it's like a 17% move, you know, so not unheard of. If Bitcoin moves down 5-6%, XRP can move like 12% to the downside. But right now I see more like a 7, 8, 9% move more into that green box here. PIF I have also not looked a long time at this. Let's see. PIF. Previous 4-hourly candle was the topping candle, as it looks like, for PIF. Yeah, but also here, W formation got rejected from the neckline, coming down now. So the first level would be here, like at 5 cents, but I think this is not going to hold, absolutely not. And this will go all the way back down here to like 4.3. So which is like 11% move, maybe 12% move to the downside before this turns back around and goes higher. So let me look here quick. Look here quick for this. Oh, actually, yeah. So if that's increasing, is this directly Bitcoin? Yeah. So then, no, that's not what I was looking for. Also not this one. Let's see. No. I had seen this earlier. I did already on. Go back. Go back. Maybe you missed it, the 2 minutes I was talking about this. I'm not going through this again. With that ON coin. Because I did this already. What's going on here? This is also interesting. The overall volume went down by 50% on Bitcoin. Makes it way more easy to manipulate it, to push it to the downside. Yeah, so what we're seeing in Bitcoin right now is, I think, short-term relief bounce, but look here on daily, it doesn't really make a dent, you know, in the overall direction where we are heading to. Where's that chart again I'm looking for? Here. So let's see, 15 minute. Yeah, so this looks like here on the 15 minutes chart. With the next 15-minute candle, we are running out of steam here again. So this is like a picture that is drawing itself already since yesterday, you know, where I said, like, look at these lower highs that we are putting in every single time, while the stochastic is pushing it to the upside and gives you the impression, oh, maybe we break here higher again, and we don't. You know, we just go in a really, really slow staircase down until you get like to the breaking point that we were just sitting on here, and then you get the big, big, big elevator where somebody cut the cables. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I think after the stream, maybe I need to take a walk on the beach or something. Because again, I'm not going to sleep tonight. There's no point for me in sleeping with getting back up like at 4 in the morning. You know, I rather stay up. So, oh, actually, maybe we can open here short in a moment together. But I want to see first how this is playing out. Let's see on a 5 minutes chart. Yeah, I want this 5 minutes chart to turn around first. Let's see what is the 1 minute doing. Still pushing a little bit. Let's see. And because tomorrow, while I'm traveling, I have a little bit of time, try to figure out to get here music in the background playing. Without that, YouTube is going to punish me for that. Because that was quite annoying. Maybe I just need like a different song or something. They're not going to do this again. But this why that was also the reason why I wanted to stop this for a couple of days, you know, because maybe the algo is now like on my ass, you know, to check this all the time. But if you don't do it for a couple of days, you know, maybe it's like backing off, you know, and then if I change the track, maybe it's then like, it's fine. Oh. So, come on. Oh, let's see here with that next 5 minute candle if we see a rejection. Because it might be for me a trigger to start nibbling a little bit. So then let me have a look at this quick. Yeah. Okay, so that's correct. Guys, again, in the meantime, if you want me to look at any other coins besides like major meme coins, you know, exclude meme coins, I am more than happy to have a look at this. Just let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. And again, for the new ones, smash up the like button. Let's try to get here again like 100 people in. You know, we're like at 68 and we're so close, 69 now, to break down here. And we have not that, like, it's for me strange that we only have like 69 people here or like around 70 people in here when we are that close to see here proper breakdown. What's the...
makes $2 million.
This is ooh, this looks actually promising. To scalp this here a little bit. I said no meme coins. CashCat is a meme coin. Let's see. Where's the 30-minute chart? So now a lot of things have turned around again. Yeah, no, we need to wait. So because now how things are looking now here across the smaller time frames, look like Bitcoin is getting here another attempt to move to the upside. But I think it will end up again getting rejected from here. Look at this. From this here. So maybe we go here slightly above $78,800 for like a brief moment. But I think it's gonna roll over and then goes down like this, because now the indicators have flipped, you know, on the 30-minute and 1 hourly and also 4 hourly chart. And it looks slightly like that price wants to go up a little bit again before it comes down, especially here on the hourly chart. See, on the 4 hourly chart, not that much yet, but like 50-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, they looking like that they want to push it a little bit again. So we need to be careful before we go and start shorting this here. And then it sends to the upside. Don't want this to be happening. I also need to check here. When is that first flight tomorrow? I think it's like almost 8. Let's see. So I need to be there like it's like 15. Yeah, I have to go from here like 5-ish. Airport. Come on, guys. More coins in the chat. They're gonna look through. Oh, that is what I was looking for. Come on, turn around now. Hey. Oh, spinning top here. This looks good now. For basically tricking everybody and sending it lower. Let's see. Yeah, okay, it's also late, but like 70 minutes, it's crazy. Guys, I have a question, General. Let me know in the chat. Do you guys know about the Mandela effects, and do you have actually Mandela effect where you are sure something was as you think and now it's different? Because then I'm going to tell you one of the Mandela effects that I just recently discovered here, where I'm pretty sure that this was different before. Oh, Metis is actually something that we can have a quick look at. That did not even make here like a really nice high on the way up. This could still have like one push here above that resistance with like a wick here at $2.92. If it gets above that, I think it's gonna wick here to like $3.40 maybe. Could go even higher than that, but I think $3.40 is like a realistic target if it gets above this. But it has to be happening in the next like 28 hours. If not, it will just get rejected from there and slowly also turning around and coming back to like $2.60. So Bitcoin, there we go. The previous 50-minute candle, I don't know. I need the current one to move against the current price action. Come on. Let's see what's here happening on the 1-minute chart. No major loss of momentum there yet. And here only a little bit. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on today that I feel so tired. Because I slept good, you know. It's not like I did not sleep enough. Maybe it's the weather here, because it was raining yesterday a lot. Hey. Come on, Bitcoin. I just don't want to be too early here, you know, shorting this now. So I'd rather wait a little bit. But I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it with $405, 10%. I'm just gonna wait. Just a little bit. Oh, there could be another bearish retest right now. Yeah, at that level. $78,600 basically, more or less. Yeah, come on, that looks nice, getting rejected from there. Oh, you know what, guys? What it could also be? Maybe I just need to have a drink here again. Actually, when I had a drink, we were doing well with the trades. You know, maybe that's like our lucky charm now. So, but I will also look something else quickly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still shorting from the other account. So that will definitely wake me up. Let's see here. Oh, nice, yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna make a drink quick, and I hope it's not dropping then in the meantime, and I miss here like a good entry, you know, because it is getting rejected from there. So give me here a second. to do something what I don't like to do. I have no tonic water anymore. At least I don't see, no, I don't have tonic water anymore. So I have to drink my gin with Coke Zero. It's not like that I haven't done this before, but I like my gin more with tonic water. And I don't want now to order just tonic water and get it delivered. Like the delivery fee is almost higher than like the tonic water that I order, unless I order like eight cans or more, you know. So I also don't want to go now to the supermarket here around the corner, because I'm like gone for like 7 minutes ish. So let's see. Actually, not that bad. Not that bad. Average trade duration, it depends, you know, but usually a couple of days. You know, there's like, I always plan on to hold the trade as long as I need to make money on that. You know, I have, for most of my trades, I have no time concept on them. You know, I have like my entry, I have my targets, then I just, it's like set and forget, you know. So sometimes what happens, especially like in a bull market, when we are longing, that a trade hits the same day or like the following day, you know, and then I'm already out of the trade and I made like, I don't know, 200, 300% on like a trade with like 10x leverage. That happens, you know, so, but that's of course really nice, because then I have like the opportunity immediately to reallocate this, you know, and roll it over into something else. But there's also times where I get into a trade and I have to hold this trade for like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, you know. So there's like, I would say like my average hold is maybe like 5 to 7 days, something like this. So let me have a look here. I gonna short this now. This looks not that bad. Let's see. And it's anyway, it's 10%. You know, look at the liquidation price. It's like $102,000, you know, to liquidate me. And here, look at the level where we get rejected, exactly from these two blue lines that were acting before as support. That's now rejection levels. So let's go. TP, so I want this at 77,000 maybe. And slightly in profit already. I might add on the way down a little bit more to this to get like to $400-500 profit at $77,500, $600. Oh, magic, guys, magic. So how did I know? It's the drink and it's my knowledge about the charts. I definitely need a little bit more Coke Zero in this. Yeah, I still need a little bit more Coke Zero in a moment in that. I can drink it, but still. So let's go here to injective. Who's that? Injective. There. So I have an eye here again on my other screen to see what's happening with Bitcoin. So look at this. This is coming down. What did I say? $4.99, basically $5. $5.17 is the first target where I want to see this going down to where I gonna start buying. You know, and then if it goes lower, here's downward sloping trend line around the golden ratio. Are the other levels where I'm gonna start get into a long position here, or add 2 positions at these levels. So this looks good, you know, that looks like we're on the right path here. Especially here on the daily, you know. this just turns around. It's just about to turn around here. And Bitcoin is taking a shit here right now. Already up $34 here in like 5 minutes. Let's go. Let me know in the chat who took the trade with me. I'm curious. Oh, and the other, that's the other thing. I should have sent this at the same time in the Telegram group. Now I forgot. I hope that most of you guys are here. But I think so, that most of you guys are here, that are in the group. So I will count this still towards the challenge. But I think I should post this still in the group and say instead. Yeah, so now I can count this towards the challenge. Yeah, so. Oops, oh, 1 second. Okay, so had to adjust this. A little bit stalling, but I think it's going to break. It might be the moment it's going to break. Let's see. Has to come down here to 77,900. What is going on here? Ah, yeah, I know. So, oh, I should also do that. Where did I enter? Entered. So just giving here people in the Telegram a chance to enter. Okay, so let's see here what Ethereum does in that move. Retracing a little bit, not much. Not much. Crazy how strong this is holding up here right now. What's the dominance doing? Pulling back a little bit, but also not crazy. You know, this little pullback that we see in the dominance is not insane for justifying that like many coins still hold up well. You know, XRP is having here a reaction. It's also always a little bit sensitive in general to price action in either direction. Also Zcash lost like 0.5%. Oh, where's Solana now? Solana also holding up still quite well, but here, look at this. So here I can show you something now. This looks like, again, super toppy for Solana. Here, a tweezer bottom, a spinning top, followed by a bearish engulfing candle, slightly. So you know already where we are going next from there, lower. Especially then now being below that resistance area, you know, there's a clean rejection if it kind of closes as it is, and it will go then to the next level of support for Solana. So let's go back into Bitcoin. So let's see what this is doing. Oh. Oh no, I can also not do that. That will also not work. So, what did I want to look now? Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to look now, quick. It's like, what did I want to do with my phone here? Then I was like, oh, okay, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, this is still shit. Come on. Just a little bit lower here for Bitcoin. Yeah, I can have a look at WLD while Bitcoin is breaking down. So there. I think that is also moving down already. This is also, at least in the past, was sensitive. Let's see a 4-hourly chart. Yeah, that also looks like it will come down. So next level of support. Here, 35 cents, so that's like also like an 11% move to the downside. I think that's where it's gonna hit. There, and then slightly below that. Like kinda here. 34 to 35.5. That's where I see this going to the downside. So that's where I would be looking for to add or build new positions. So and then that looks now pretty good. Already $53 up here. But it's also weird, you know, so did this eat so much fees? Because that would mean like at $20 fees for getting into this. But it's also 32x leverage, so maybe it actually did 8 here, like 5% of the position in fees, which is a lot. Wow. How long we're here? Like an hour 15. We can go still a little bit longer. So let me have a look over this here. Any other coins, guys? But yeah, all eyes are in general on Bitcoin because I want to see this losing the white dashed line here. Oh, wait a second. No, I just want to say we're not there yet. Yeah. So we've closed here. Yeah, there's definitely some weakness coming up on the 50-minute and on the 30-minute chart. Tau, yeah. Yeah, we can do Tau. Tau can potentially counter move against Bitcoin. Tau is like one of the coins that sometimes does like its own thing, regardless of what Bitcoin is actually doing. But not here. Look at this. It's like definitely a week ago that I have drawn here that line. And exactly there we got rejected for Tau. So this is also coming lower. I would say like 215 to like 205. That's like the zone. Yeah, 215. There. That area of support. And then we'll do something like this here afterwards. So I can look at BBB again too. I think nothing has majorly changed there since yesterday. Yeah, no, it's still in that resistance area, you know, so no, slightly below that now. So it's about to roll over soon. So nothing has changed, you know, here $13.36, $13 is where I see this going down to. Tau overall will do really well in this bull run, for sure. So I see Tau go like closer to like $800 in this bull run, maybe even $1,000. I don't know actually where was the high? I forgot. Where was like the all-time high for Tau? Was it not already close to $700, $800? Yeah, so that was 800. Yeah, okay, then closer to like $1,000. Closer to $1,000, I think that can go in this bull run. Maybe even over $1,000. I would be not surprised if it would go above $1,000. So that would mean like from current levels, you are looking at like a 4 to 5x price-wise. You know, I'm actually still pissed that I missed another good project where I could have invested like 4 years ago. It was PropChain. So the founder is a friend of mine in Dubai, and I was in his first project where I made good money on. And then he pitched me PropChain like a couple months later. So, and but he had nothing, you know, it was just an idea. He had no white paper, he had no documents, nothing. I was like, hey man, I need to see something, you know, like even just a pitch deck, you know, like something. I cannot just like what you're telling me based on that now, like invest like 5 figures again into like that project, you know, like in the, with the other one, they had everything, you know, and then he tried still to convince me. I was like, no, like, I know we are friends, but bro, you know, I need to see something, you know, I need to like look things up, like do my research and stuff, you know. I cannot just like hand you money over like blah blah, you know. I was like, I'm not doing that, you know. So then like I think like over a year later, his team reached out, and then it was like a little bit more clear, you know. But it was like the bear market and stuff, and then I didn't want to do it anymore. And then when they actually launched, and like 6 months in, 8 months in, you know, when I saw like where the price was heading, and I was like, oh fuck yeah. So I actually should have given him money, you know, based like on a few words that he told me about the project at the time. Because that did actually well better than the first project. I don't know, I would have made like 80x or something on my investment or something. When at the moment where I would have had all my allocation, like the full allocation, I would have had like 80x or something. So I would have given him most likely $25,000 or maybe $50,000. So I would have made between like $2 million to $4 million, you know, on that investment. But sometimes you miss stuff like that, you know. So let's go back here to Bitcoin. So what do I gonna do with that now? Let's see. No. No. It's all bad. No. Come on. That's impossible. That's crazy. Not getting lucky with this. No. Okay. Oh wow. There. Moment of truth. Can we break now? Looks like they want to do it. Stop bouncing from there. In mums, I actually have to look. I have to look. Let me try to figure this out quick. Definitely, I think end of next year-ish. Let me look. So that was like, okay. So then. So yeah, I was not wrong about this. End of the year, early 2027. No, 2028. Sorry, 2028 is where I see altcoins topping out. But you have to understand, this is different than the other altcoin cycles. You have some coins, because it will be a rotation game, you know, some will like get a blow off top, you know, and others are just halfway through their cycle, you know, and then you need to basically play hot potato, you know, and rotate the money as long as the game is going, you know, so and then hoping that you're not ending up with like the cold potato at the end of the game, you know. So that's like the only problem with like this cycle. You will have like coins that will run off nowhere into all-time highs, and other coins did not move at all yet, you know, so and they're delayed, and then you basically have to jump from one coin or like from multiple coins into the next ones. That's why I've already like by a lot condensed the coins that I'm looking at, you know, so I'm not having anymore like in 2021 I had like 20-40 coins, something like that, you know. I'm not doing this anymore. I have like less than 10. So because first of all, it's way easier to trade with such a small amount of coins, and also way easier to manage. Yeah, I have heard about Supra. Was that not the thing where Mr. Beast was involved, and then he sold like undisclosed a bunch of it? So people, I can have a look at people, but first I want to see the breakdown, because this looks like we're breaking down. I'm almost up $100 on the trade. Let's go. I'm gonna add here another $600 now and see what that will do. 87, yeah. Should normally not do this, but let's see. Yeah. You only have to show up here to the streams, you know, and also yesterday we were printing. We're printing here today again. because we're scalping here. So you can have it lower, you know, but I think if it goes to 77, it will have again like a short-term bounce. The same what happened yesterday, you know. Yesterday, I show it again. Yesterday I took profit here. Look what happened afterwards. You know, I would have waited the whole day until now to take that profit on a trade, you know, and then I would have had to have the courage immediately to short again, you know. So, and that's why I rather take on the way down, you know, at a level where I think that it's going to hit pretty soon some profit, because I think it will then bounce a little bit from there. And then here, when it's up here, I can decide, do I want to short again? Do I not want? You know, maybe I want a long. Maybe we'll go a little bit higher, you know. So I have options, you know. I rather have the option. If it goes straight lower, okay, my bad, you know. So then I have to wait it out, you know, until I take a new position. So, but I rather do that than round tripping here, you know, and being stuck for like another day in that position. It's always better to take profits, you know. It does sometimes even not matter how much it is, you know. Just take profits. It's is always healthy. So you know what? Let's add here another $600. Make this bigger. 77 now. Yeah, so that looks nice. $444 when it hits. That's what I was looking for. Because it means I need like another trade like that, and then like another 100. What is that? $120. Then even less. I need another $60, and then we are at $5,000 on the account. So where's my entry now? Oh, okay. It's not that bad. It's like $220 lower than it was originally. So here my goal is that I get out with $400-500. You know, so if I keep adding to that position, because I still could add here a little bit, then I will potentially do that. You know, because it minimizes like the move that I need to get to that amount. But of course, I want to not add too much, you know, to still have like a comfortable liquidation price. But I'm willing to like add to this position until it's like 84. You know, at 84, I would stop. Let me see how much I can add here to get like to 84. I could add another $500 if I wanted to. So let's have a look here. Don't like that it's pushing back above here, that dashed line. I want price to reject and go lower. So there is obviously overall bearish structure, you know, so but I want that we lose that line. You see how hard they're defending this, because they know if they lose it, you know, with the next 15-minute candle, it will rush to the downside. It will trigger the bearish divergences. Yeah, so if I might later go out for a second, I think I'm gonna get some tonic water. This is, it's not really enjoy. So it's okay, you know, I can drink it, but I'd rather have my tonic water. Ah, lol. He's funny. Come on, lose that level. I want that 15-minute candle to close below that. What is that? What's going on here?
So Alex, usually everybody knows. So let's see. Shit, what was the other thing I want to do here? Oh, I forgot what I just wanted to look up here for a moment. Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, come on. Last 6 minutes, that looks like they're trying to push it below. Let me actually see if I can find a solution for music. Ba, 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 ba. Oh wow, nice. 127, 36. Come on, go down. Yeah, cheers. Huh. Huh. Come on. We want to see this go lower, but we are on a good way here. So 5 minutes. So you don't want to see this come back up now. So if they push a little bit more, closer to like 700, slightly below 700 actually, then the next candle should push even further to the downside. And then that level is confirmed broken. And you just wait for like a retest candle, bearish retest, and then there's follow through afterwards into the lower levels. Come on. So again, who of you guys is trading this with me together here? Who got in? Let me know in the chat. Okay. So, no, this doesn't help me. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I found the reason why I had problems with the music, because it was potentially only for videos but not for live streams, because that's like, for some reason it's different, you know, so that it's a little bit stupid, but it is what it is. So let me check quick something, because maybe I found some music here, but I need to mute the microphone that you will not hear it. Okay, I think I found at least an option that looked good. Good if you're in. So now with that new 50-minute candle, you want to see continuation. You want that this starts pushing lower, closer to $77,700. So it can go up a little bit, you know, maybe all the way up here to the dashed line, but you don't want that it actually goes above that and closes above that now again. You want to see follow through now, while we are finally below it. Especially here on like an hourly close, which is really good. So it would be even better if we get the 4-hourly close in an hour also below this. Is that also not, no, it's not the 12-hourly close also. No, it's later. Let's see here, we need shorter time frames to understand what's gonna happen here. Oh yeah, come on, 1 minute. Run out of steam. Because that's what it looks like. Run out of steam here. Actually, that really helped, you know, to not be so tired anymore. I don't feel the tiredness anymore in my body that I had before. So, really happy about this, because that, like, I don't know where this was coming from. That was horrible, you know, feeling so sluggish the whole time. Ugh. Yes, so that is what I want to see.
So, but now I have to take a leak. Because of this. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what we want to see. Almost up $200. Come on. I want to see proper acceleration now to the downside. See guys, that's why it's important to show up here to the live streams, you know, because we are the last couple of days always printing here. I just hope that I can close this before I have to stop the stream. Oh, I like how this looks. Come on, push a little bit lower. Yeah, there has to be like a short-term bounce on the 5-minute to the upside. But this is not looking too shabby, guys, you know? Absolutely not shabby for now. Oh yeah, so that. Let it go back up a little bit. Oh wow. Now I feel like I need to make in a moment a new drink. But not now. We're gonna wait a little bit. Again, in the chat, in the meantime, if you want any other coins, let me know. And I mention this again, no meme coins, please. No meme coins. Not a huge fan of meme coins. Anything else that you want me to have a look at? And again, thank you so much for everybody that's here. You know, it's 71 people right now. I wish it would be closer to 100, but I take 71, you know. I take it. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Ah, good.
I'm waiting. Or is there, again, such a crazy delay here in the chat until you actually hear me? That is something, you know, when I move in like 2 months, I will be so happy about this, to get rid of the internet connection that I have here in this house, because I cannot put this like on the lowest latency that there's like maybe like a 5-second difference between what I'm saying and you hearing it, you know, and it may be even shorter than this. Here it's horrible, you know, because the landlord choose, I think, like one of the cheapest options for the internet, because it's included in the rent, you know. So I rather pay myself, and I can like take the best connection that's like on the market, because it costs nothing here, you know, it costs absolute nothing here. Like if I would look now, so then I look at near, I just want to know. We go here to true, what is this here? In that package. Well, how much does it cost me here? Let's see, English. Sorry. Yeah, this is crazy. You know, it's like $15, you know. The landlord is too cheap to, okay, $20. Router only. Package router only. Yeah, I only need the stupid router. I don't need anything else. Maybe I would like to have that. So what? I'm sure I can upgrade that if I wanted to. So what is that? Is this with TV? No, there's a... Yeah, I can get here like crazy, you know, like crazy packages. Yeah, like if I pay $40 a month, you know, which is still nothing, you know, like I pay more in Europe for like internet. You know, like if I spend €40, I get 2 gigabyte, you know, like 2 gigabits to download and 1 gigabit upload. You know, like with that, there's no latency anymore. You know, it's like basically absolutely live. You know, there's maybe like a second or two difference between me saying something and you hearing it on the live stream. You know, the only latency will come from like YouTube. You know. So that would be great. So I'm definitely willing to pay like $40 here a month for a connection like that. And I get some other shit with that too, I think. Oh, this router only. Apply for... okay, so... But I think this... Yeah, this is not the normal website for this. Yeah, this is the normal one. So let me pull up here... Near. I like that we got some more people here on the stream, just like a second ago. Thank you so much for tuning in. So Near, remember what I said yesterday? I said if it cannot get above that downward sloping trend line and that horizontal line, it will come back down. So look where it is now. So, and now that we are already sitting here at that dashed line, I think it has to come way lower. You know, it will not here it will not be like $1.77. It will come lower. It will be like $1.66 or even lower than that. Down here to like $1.60. That's where I see that going now. Yeah. So 2 gigabits is definitely fast. So now I'm on the official website. Just want to see here. So there, I want, yeah, like I get like already one gigabit. I get like for, that's like $27. So if I want more, so that's like up and down, you know, 1 gigabit, which is crazy. So what if I want more? And when I want here like the 2 gigabit, then it will ask me for this bullshit. Home internet speed booster. Is it maybe that? Monthly, yeah. No. Huh.
Yeah, anyway. This guy can go. So let's see here. So let's go back here to the Bitcoin chart. See rejection. That's what you want to see here on that dashed line that rejects from there. But the way that I see it, I think the next 15-minute candle will go above this again. Potentially. So let's see. Is that here somewhere? What is that? There's so weird, some of the things that I'm seeing here. Yeah, okay. Huh. What's this here? Oh. Shit. I wanted to click on something else. Come on, Bitcoin. Keep rejecting. Ah, okay. I'm gonna look at this like later. Maybe I have tomorrow time to actually go and walk into a shop to ask about like that 2 gigabits, because definitely want 2 gigabits. Oh, that looks like we're gonna push a little bit above this. But it's fine. I'm not worried about this. I'm almost here 2 hours now. So maybe I'm gonna wait closer to like the next 4-hourly close, and then I'm gonna call it. Oh, I like that. Oh, if they do that, that would be great. I was thinking they maybe turn this around and make this like a short-term bullish reversal down here. But if they're now pushing price lower, then there's a continuation candle, a continuation pattern to the downside. And while we are holding a short, we would like that way, way more. Come on. Yeah. Come on, push it just a little bit. You know, it needs to push just a little bit lower. Then the stochastic will turn around on the 5-minute again. The MACD will also print a darker red candle and continue to push lower. And it will spill over into the 50 minutes then too. And then we're on a good way. Because if not, then eventually here in the next, before we close the 4-hourly candle, we're gonna get here a move above that line again. And then have to come below this one more. Oh wow. Yeah, Nia's breaking down. Let's see. What are the other coins doing? Yeah, so they were half. Half of the list was earlier in green. See now, you see Bitcoin is losing strength. Everything else is also going to shit at the same time. So I want to see again. Yeah, and this 4-hourly candle for Solana is the first one that's properly pulling back from that resistance area. We're just telling you like that upwards move is over for Solana for now until the pullback is done. Ethereum and yeah, Ethereum. Ethereum is so slow in coming down. It shows so much strength here. It's crazy. I'm really surprised about this. But I think exactly for that reason, when it then when Bitcoin finally takes here like a real shit, Ethereum will immediately do the same. And then that strength will be completely gone. Immediately. But I'm definitely not mad at what I'm seeing here. Just need us to go a little bit lower. What am I gonna do with that? That's also an issue. Oh wow. Let's see a 15-minute candle. Yeah, I definitely see a short term back into here like 78, 300-ish. Think it's gonna go back up there. If it's not going now really quickly, at some point below 77, 700 again, it will definitely pull something like that. Need follow through. And there comes potentially that small reversal. Unless that dash line holds as resistance now. Come on.
keep getting rejected. It's actually not looking that bad for us there. Not that bad. As long as we are not getting above this. I forgot to take a leak. That's the problem, you know, when I had like 1 glass of alcohol, it always runs through really quickly. So I'm back. Nothing crazy happened yet, unfortunately. Still need to wait here another 5 minutes. Yeah, but expected. Exactly as I mentioned to you guys that this might be overall happening. We're going to see here a small move back to the upside. So best case scenario would be, of course, if in the next 4 minutes this whole thing pulls back below that white dashed line. So I don't really care, you know, if that goes slightly above my entry again, I still know it's gonna come down, you know, the gradual move is down. Doesn't change anything on that direction. Oh, wow. Yep. As expected. Well, it's fine.
to the upside. I don't think we go all the way up here, you know. So I think 78, 200, 300. That's what we go do. That's what I'm looking at. So these are right now. These are just scam pumps, you know, to trap more liquidity on the way down. So let's see. Yeah, we definitely. Yeah. Wow. 30 cents in a loss. Oh no. 30 cents. Oh, it's now $1. Yeah, but I see no major shift yet. Anyway, since we fell below $79,000, as long as we're not going back above that, nothing is really changing here in terms of the downwards trajectory. Oh, I thought for a second there was something running here on the floor, which is not a cat. I mentioned this in the beginning of the stream. I think we're gonna go like at least to like 75, you know, and the lowest would be like worst case scenario would be like 71, 72, but I think we will not even get there, you know, because it looks just like there's too much strength in Bitcoin, and rather like 73 is what I see here short term. It's like the lowest target. So it would be also great if that whole candle gets now retraced. That would be also extremely bullish for us. Maybe I should have left that. Come on. Well, we are pulling back here. Oh, shit. Come on, a little bit lower. Oh, who's that? It was one of the cats. I am really surprised how some coins holding up here while everything else is going completely to shit. So also your hyperliquid, still $81. You know, I would have expected when Bitcoin goes down a little bit like it did, that would have like a bigger impact on a hyperliquid, but nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, 80 people. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. So especially for the people that are new here, smash up the like button. Would highly appreciate that. And also, if you want me to look through some coins which are not meme coins, gonna mention that again, let me know in the chat, and I'm gonna go through them before I'm gonna run here pretty soon. But for now, still gonna stick around here a little bit. And I actually like that this kind is pulling back and the indicators looking more or less healthy for like a push to the upside, because then you see that price action is dominating right now the chart over like indicators. And that's confusing a lot of people and trapping them. Come on. So if it actually moves in the next 10 minutes closer to the dashed line, I want this to go below that, in that same candle right now. That would be really good for us for continuation, to invalidate that small pump that we just had. And we're getting close, like $30 and we're there. Yeah, come on. It's another $16. Maybe I need to scroll. No. Before I missed here something in the chat, I need to scroll a little bit to see what's going on, but it was actually okay. Oh yeah, come on. The actual fuck. Come on. Not so far away from this anymore. Yeah, come, we're getting closer again. there bounces a little bit. Too bad. I'm bullish, but right now we're a little bit bearish because Bitcoin needs to have a pullback. There's no other reason for this. Otherwise, no. No, luckily they're not doing that. It will eventually come down now. Just a matter of time. Same like yesterday. Four minutes. Let's see what happens then. Maybe let's have a look here also on the funding rates. See what they are doing right now. CoinGlass. CoinGlass. Yeah, funding rates. Still okay, not too crazy yet. Not too crazy yet where they're at. Not too crazy yet. They start to run hot, but not too crazy. I'm not a huge fan how this kind of looks like right now. Still 4 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. That's the end of it. Okay. Well, I ran already out. I had to run again to the fridge. But at least the good thing is, regardless of what happens today, tomorrow, on Friday, that we get like this proper pullback, I think mid next week, basically around the same time, it will be already over. And then we are good to go into higher levels here again. It should be really, really, really quick and short-lived. We just need to get the ball rolling, to the downside. Let's do this. Ah, they were pulling finally a little bit back again. Come on, just a little bit lower. Not much. 55 seconds. Come on. I would like to see this candle now going lower. Let's see, 5 minutes. Are we overextended here? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That looks not too bad. That does not look too bad. Again, 1 second. Okay, coming back again. Oh, that looks not bad. It's like rejection is happening. So here I am again. What is we gonna do? It's like 13 minutes. 14 minutes to the 4-hourly close. So here you see the whole reason why it's pushing up. You know, they try to prevent here that 4-hourly close to be below that dashed line. Or maybe the next 11 minutes we're gonna see it going below that. Again, guys, especially for the ones that tune in a little bit later, if you want me to go through any coins which are not meme coins, post it in the chat. I'm gonna have a look and see what they are doing right now. And again, thank you so much for everybody that's sticking around here, especially the ones that are here since the beginning, basically. What is this here? I don't need to take care of that. I'm good on this. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, wow. That is actually funny. So, why can I not see that actually? Let's do this. Huh. Only shows half. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, I really wished we would get here like on a live stream again, like 200-300 people. There's also like a lot more happening than in the chat. I remember that last year. Last year, sometimes I couldn't barely keep up with what was like going on in the live chat all the time. I was really, really close to actually hire a moderator to keep up with it. So, but we are getting there again. I hope soon. That is crazy. Yeah, we're moving a little bit lower here. Come on. A little bit lower. But it looks good. Looks good that we're going back down. Oh, 8 minutes. Time is flying here a little bit. One of my friends is funny. Just saw something that he posted. Ah, come on. Well, what do you guys think? Can they push it below the white line before the 4-hourly close or not? I say yes. I think that's where it's heading. Yeah. They're reversing it, pushing it down for a 4-hourly close. How is that possible?
Too bad. Last 5 minutes, let's see what the 5-minute chart does here. Oh, that looks like it's rolling over. Really, really good for us. Contemplating if I should again eat something before I later go to the airport. Not so sure about that. Maybe I'm gonna get something. Oh. Come on, last 4 minutes. Oh, wow. Let's gonna see what's gonna happen here. Oh no. Made a mistake. Shit. That's what it is. Yeah. No, 79, I don't even see 79. That looks more like it's rolling over here pretty soon. No, 5 minutes is already here overbought again. So, and if that closes in 2 minutes as it is, it should keep moving down. Oh, there we have a new 4-hourly candle. So let's see what we're going to get here in the first 5 minutes. Also what the minute chart does. Oh, I like the 50 minutes chart right now. The 50 minutes chart tells me here we should roll over. How's that here on the 30-minute chart? Please tell me it's not similar yet, but if we move a little bit lower, it might be pretty soon. Oh, there we are again, $44 in profit. But still, the white line is what we really, really need here. Come on. I really wish I could play some music in the background. That's not like so dead quiet all the time. And also doesn't make it like so boring. Huh? What's going on here? Can I do this? Yes, I can tomorrow. That starts to look here really, really good for us. Huh? Okay, another minute. On that trade, I used 32. Can see it here. Oh no, there's I think there's my camera in the way, but you can see it up here. Up here you can see it too, 32. But on cross, you know, because we went from 500 now to 4,050. So, and if you trade with like $1,000, you can use cross a little bit, you know, to avoid liquidation. So, but we have here now the next 5-minute candle. Yeah, I think that's gonna roll over soon.
Guys, I was here now almost 3 hours. I think that was long enough for today. I will be back tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, it depends on how I feel when I come back. If I make a video or a live stream, I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm going to do when I come back. It really depends on how tired I am, because I will be coming back like basically an hour earlier from now. That's when I will be going through the door here, and then it depends on, I need at least 30 minutes to prepare a live stream, and the video would be like an hour until it comes out. So I don't know yet. We're going to find out tomorrow. So, but again, thank you so much for everybody that was here for watching. Don't forget, if you're new here, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you all then again tomorrow. Bye-bye.